Hey there, Jonny May here, and welcome to this reaction video where I will be reacting to my favorite jazz pianist of all time, Oscar Peterson. This is his Boogie Blues Etude. You can watch his performance on YouTube, and this is a new style of video, so I'm really curious what you guys think about it, so let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play his performance and comment on his performance, and then kind of show you some of the techniques that he is using. And by the way, if you want to vote on my next reaction video, be sure to let me know in the comments. All right, so let's run over to his video here, and here we go. This is gonna be fun to watch. Oscar Peterson, Boogie Blues Etude. Okay, so first of all, I love the energy of this performance. You can hear the audience is so excited to hear Oscar Peterson play, and I actually never heard him play live, which is one of the saddest things, but I love what's going on in the bass. The bass is basically walking this little bass line. Okay, I call it a Jazzy Blues bass line, and then of course we have that guitar going. I think of this as kind of that gypsy jazz style of guitar, you know, where he's playing chords on all the beats, you know, kind of in the mid-range of the instrument. Also using some very simple shell chords. You hear this in a lot of gypsy jazz music, Django Reinhardt style. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. All right, let's keep going. Look at that face. He's like, man, this band sounds good. Yeah, and that guitar player, he's using real simple chords. A lot of 3-note chord voicings. He's doing a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. It's like a really fast swung 8th note feel, and he's just dancing around a lot of basically F major blues on these lines here. I'll go back a little bit and play some of these lines for you. Right, he's come down like kind of the blues scale, and then he resolves it to like A and F, which come from your major blues scale. Right, he's just thirds coming down, kind of an F major chord. He's got a little pivot note there on the bottom, C. He's really dancing around the F major blues scale. Oscar loves this scale, by the way, like almost all of his blues performances, you know. Right. It's all F major blues, also called D minor blues if you play it starting on a D. And he also does this cool stuff on the bottom where he grabs really low bass notes. So, you know, real low down here, sometimes he'll even drop way down there on his bass notes, and he'll kind of hold the bass note. So he's not walking a bass line, you know. He's kind of going. Right? Dum, 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 dum. That kind of a rhythm. Ah, he's so fast. I love it. You know, slowing down a little bit here with some little octaves here on the B flat. Kind of coming down 6 here, right, on an F minor, and then resolving to F major. Oh, there's the stride. Yeah, so now what he's doing here in the left hand, he's kind of doing like a little stride thing, which is really characteristic of 1920s jazz, early, we call it Harlem stride, James P. Johnson type playing. Ooh. Yeah, so he's doing this technique called walking tenths, really common in stride music, where you're basically walking up like a D chord, and you're like walking usually into a G chord. All right, but I think he's grabbing the full tenth with one hand, which is insane. So that just is a testament to how incredible of a technical player Oscar Peterson was. Something like that. He's just doing like the sixth thing down, and then C. Okay, they're actually like pretty simple techniques, but he's playing them fairly quickly, and then he has like kind of the stride left hand, which makes it a lot harder to play. He's kind of walking down into a D7 chord, F, E flat, D major, and then really characteristic of stride is to throw little punches, you know, and he's doing what I call fat seventh chord. It's basically where you hit like a major chord, but you put the seventh on the bottom. A really, really cool sound there. Real cool thing Oscar does a lot of is a little roll up. Like if he's targeting the A flat, he'll roll up into that note. And again, he's using the F major blues scale. You could think of it like an F pentatonic scale with a flat 3. So you can do this in your own playing up to that target note there. Again, real simple techniques, like a lot of sixth intervals, okay? Not much to that in the right hand. You hear that in the left hand? Another stride technique, really common. You know, if you're going from a B flat to an F chord, a lot of stride guys will go, you know, B flat, diminished, like a B diminished, going into a second inversion F. Okay, or chromatic 6 is another term a lot of guys will use. So let's continue along. Ooh, that was cool. He's on a G7 chord, so he's on the 2 chord in this key, and then this is really common in stride. It's called a whole tone run. It's basically like the whole tone scale starting on G, and you can get a really cool sound with this. It's a very kind of altered sound on a dominant chord. So I've got the sharp 11, the flat 13, and then stride guys will do basically grab the scale down on the piano. It's a really easy scale to play because it's just 3-2-1, 3-2-1. So really characteristic of the stride style. You know, something Oscar does a lot of, he does a lot of 2-note harmonies down the blues scale. So like this is really characteristic of that. He'll come down. See what he's doing? Like, so. And he'll do a lot of this where he'll kind of repeat the riff down the piano. Really, really cool sound. By the way, I never mentioned the actual chord progression that these musicians are playing. They are playing a 12-bar blues, but it's kind of a more advanced or jazzier way of playing a 12-bar blues. So they're in the key of F, and basically the way I like to play it, or in the way he's sort of playing it here, is basically F7, B flat 7, F7, and then really common is to do a 2-5-1 to B flat, so like C minor 7, F7, and then B flat 7, and then like he's throwing in a lot of B diminished here, and then this is the really cool part: F7, B flat 7, A minor 7, and actually Oscar usually makes them all dominant chords, so like A dominant 7, D7, G7, and then C7, and then we do a turnaround F7, D7, G7, C7. Okay, so the full form here, it's like, you know, F, B flat, F, C minor, F, B flat, F, B flat, A, D, G, C, F, D, G, C. Okay, anytime you hear that sound, I call it a Jazzy Blues sound. All right, this concludes the reaction video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to vote on a future reaction video, be sure to let me also know in the comments. Also, if you want to learn more about the techniques that I showed you in this video, you can learn them over at pianowithjonny.com by clicking the link below, and I'll see you in the next one.